Hi guys, my name is Tamara Chambers, and this is Tamara's Never Seen, and I am watching Creepshow today. This is a movie that I had never heard of before Doug Walker told me to watch it. After watching through the Tamtoberfest videos, he's like, I think you would like this, I think you would enjoy this, and I'm interested in it. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna like it, actually. I'm watching a preview of it and just kind of hearing about the cheese factor. I think I'm going to be entertained by it. I don't know if it's something that I'd be like, let's watch this again. But we'll see. Anyways, guys, let's just get right into it. Here's Creepshow.
Tamara's Never Seen.
Okay, I was wrong, guys. I loved this movie. It was so cheesy, like the animated comics in between all of them. And it's cool and creepy, but funny. And so odd. I loved this movie. It starts off with this terrible father like hitting his kid because he's reading this horror comic. And then downstairs, the dad is talking to the mom, like reflecting upon what a good job he did. He's like, that's why God made fathers. That's why God made fathers. No, he just needed their semen. So the first one is called Father's Day. A bunch of rich people crowded around a room talking about this Aunt Bedelia who killed her father after he killed her lover. Good start. So every Father's Day, on the day she did it, she goes and visits her father. And she shows up and she's a little disheveled. She's drinking Jim Beam out of the bottle. She goes to the grave and the father comes out of the grave. And I don't know what the significance is between this, the 7th year. I don't know why he hasn't done it before, but he comes out this year and he attacks her and kills her on the spot. And he's like, I want my cake. She didn't get him cake when he was alive. Still angry about it. Cake. Can't have your cake and eat it too. There's something there. Moving on. So two of the characters back at the house are Cass and her boyfriend. And her boyfriend is dancing around the house like a stoned, weird 70s Owen Wilson. He's got the big lips and the big eyes, and he's just it's weird, it's odd. He goes to look for Aunt Bedelia. These people have a giant cemetery in their backyard with like hundreds of tombstones. Who are they? Are they the Hitlers? Who are these people? Why do they have this at their home? So boyfriend dude falls into a grave and dies, and dead dad Nathan goes into the house looking for his GD cake, and he kills the maid. She probably would have made him one, if he asked. Dead dad Nathan comes out with that rich lady's head on a plate with like candles stuck in it. He's like, my cake! I got it! Also, just a point I want to point out, are cakes a thing on Father's Day? That's like a birthday thing. Father's Day is like a card or like a tie or like a riding lawnmower. Like why is cake the thing? It was just so specific and weird. St. Patty's Day, let's go hunt for eggs. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's just it's a lot, okay. I love the comic book effects in between, and like shows you some comments and some panels of comics, and then it goes right into the next one. This one was weird. It's called The Lonesome Death of Jordy Vernell or something. I feel like the last one was mostly supposed to be scarier. I think this one was like more like creepy, like Twilight Zone-y. It opens up on Jordy and he sees this meteor fall and he flips out. His hands go all over his face. Well, I'll be dipped in shit if that's not a meteor. Well, I'll be dipped in shit if that is a phrase that people say, because it's not, Jordy. It's not. Then he touches the meteor and it burns his hand. Shock and surprise. You know, it just flamed through the atmosphere and landed on Earth. But no, yeah, you know, it's hot. Then this horrible moss-like stuff starts growing on his fingers where he touched it. And then he's like touching his mouth and it's growing on his tongue. And like you see this flash of it growing in his yard approaching the house. It grew in like an hour, so it's inevitably going to kill you. He sees this flash of his father in the mirror, who apparently has been dead for a while. And the father's like, don't take a bath, Jordy, you dum-dum. Don't take a bath. And then Jordy takes a bath. And then you see him wake up the next day and he's full on like Grinch / the Grouch from Sesame Street. Who's the green character? It's the trash one. Rumps a lot. What's his name? Him. He shoots himself, much like the Grouch in Sesame Street. I don't know what I'm talking about. You just see a shot of the plant growing into town. And there's like this radio announcer on the radio. He's like, well, it's a green one this summer. Lots of rain. And it's like, bum, bum, bum. This next one is called Something to Tide You Over. So you see Harry, who answers the door to this creepy old dude. You find out that Harry's wife used to be married to the creepy old dude and then left him for Harry. And so creepy old dude is jealous. Shit. Sometimes I could get jealous. It happens to the best of us. Creepy old dude brings Harry to the beach and makes him bury himself up to his neck. And this is legitimately terrifying because tides are a real thing and it's gonna engulf him and his very life. And it's stressful and I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Becky, the girl who left him for Richard? Tommy? What are their names? Harry, okay. Harry is the young guy who is buried in sand. Becky is his wife who left Richard for Harry. Okay, now that that's all situated in my mind. Becky and Harry are buried at different parts of the beach, and Richard has these cameras set up to watch them be engulfed in the tide. It's very creepy, and he's sitting there watching them just come to their early demise. So he goes home, he puts on a velvet tracksuit, and he's living his very best life. He reminds me of Jeremy Jam in Parks and Rec very much in this scene. Also, if you have not watched Parks and Recreation, stop, watch it. Why are you watching this right now? Go watch it. It's so good. Oh shit, there's ocean zombies! Yes! And the ocean zombies, who are Harry and Becky, who died, they bury Richard up to his neck and it just fades out into this weird, cheesy 80s comedy gold. It's really good. I liked this one the best. Okay, so the next one is called The Crate, and it's interesting and sad. Those are the two words I would use to describe it. There's a janitor. He finds an old crate at a school and he tells the dean of the school. And it's from this Arctic expedition from like the 1800s. They open it up and it's like a werewolf who needs dentistry work. Is that what it is? Is that what's in the crate? Is that what it is? There's a couple other characters I skimmed by. There's another teacher who has this wife named Billy, who is a lot. She's a lot. And he always has these fantasies of killing her. And it's really funny. I think that's my favorite aspect of this little vignette. This poor guy is struggling through life, and it's all that gets him by. These awful fantasies of death. So the werewolf who needs dentist work, or he's like an ape who has vampire teeth. I don't know, guys. He's a monster. He kills the janitor. He kills the janitor's assistant, Charlie, and the professor runs to this teacher's house, and he's like, things happened, and I need help. And the teacher's like, I have an idea. So he gives the professor sleeping pills and makes him go to sleep so that he can go clean up the mess at the school and lure his wife there. So that the werewolf, vampire, ape, dentist guy will kill her. Bump, bump. So she comes to the school. Side note, she's drinking milk and whiskey, which is disgusting. Disgusting. And then basically he lures her down there with the monster. Monster eats her, dumps them in a lake, and that's it. Except at the very end, he's telling the professor this, and the professor's like, you killed your wife? And he's like, yeah, it's cool though. And the professor's like, yeah, no, it's cool. Like super uncomfortable. And then the closing shot is the monster like coming out of the box under the lake. So he can breathe underwater, and so he's like part ape, werewolf, vampire, dentistry guy who's also fish monster from the 1800s. You know, the classic tale. And then there's the last one called They're Creeping In on You. Oh god, it's beetles. Oh my god, it's beetles. I don't like beetles. I would rather eat a spider than even see a beetle. I don't like, they're crunchy. I've not seen beetle juice. Just makes me sad. I know you say his name 3 times, he shows up, but I don't like saying the word beetle. So, blah. So it starts off, and this old dude is trying to get rid of some beetles that are in his like super futuristic apartment, futuristic for the 80s. And then you find out he's a germaphobe. He's a rich germaphobe, so he can afford this really customized place that just gets rid of germs. And then this woman calls Mr. Pratt, and she's mad because her husband killed himself, and her husband worked for him, and he's like, doesn't care at all. He's the worst. And then another guy calls, and this guy, Mr. Pratt, he's very popular for being this like germaphobe recluse. Very popular guy. And he's talking on the phone and he ends up eating a bug because the bugs were in his like Raisin Bran. It's disgusting. This really nice guy comes and is like, yeah, I'll take care of those bugs for you. And then Mr. Pratt makes a really annoying and rude comment about him being black and being like a service worker. I don't like that at all. I hope beetles eat you. Just like the worst fate I could ever think of, and I hope that on you. So you're not nice. You're mean. Beetles start coming out of vents and out of the sink, and it's just no. Then there's like this huge blackout in the city because there's a storm. And Mr. Pratt calls the police. He's like, do you know who I am? And he gets super mad that the police won't help him, even though there's a citywide blackout. And all the police know is that he has some bugs in his apartment. So he closes himself into this secure room. It's his bedroom, shuts the door, and he lifts up his blankets. And there are thousands of beetles. And it's, I'm just skimming through this vignette because it's, and like they start crawling in his mouth, and then the lights turn off and they turn back on and there's no beetles anywhere. He's just lying there seemingly dead. And then beetles start coming out of his skin, and it's horrifying and so cheesy, but very bad. I don't like it. No. So then the very end happens, and you see the whole voodoo doll thing where it's back to Billy and his mean dad stabbing him in the throat. It's awesome. That was cool. Good ending. Something that I noticed in every vignette, there was the ashtray from the first vignette. That's what Aunt Bedilda or whatever her name was. That's how she killed her father. And it was in every single vignette, which I thought was cool. This was super cheesy, super fun. I really enjoyed this movie for what it was. And now I'm super interested in the second one. I'm gonna watch it for sure. I don't know if it'll be for this, but I'm definitely watching it. Anyways, guys, check out my own personal channel. I posted a video there yesterday, and I will see you guys next week for the start of the Christmas month. Woo! Yay. Christmas movies. Bye!